Recipe and meal ingredients are used to describe the contents of a recipe or meal record. Food item ingredients are used in creating the list of recipe or meal ingredients. The first ingredient, bread, is currently selected. Click this button to open the food item ingredients form. This form is used to search through and manage food item ingredients. It also lists the nutrition content of those ingredients. Note that the item that was selected here, that was bread, is the same ingredient that is displayed in the form when it opens. USDA food value ingredients are found in the included USDA Food Values database. Click this button to access that database. Pull this out of the way. The USDA operates a nutrition testing laboratory. Thousands and thousands of food items have been tested for nutrient content. That information is contained in the USDA Food Values database. If we use this drop-down control to search for an ingredient like avocado, and I'll click this one, we can see that the USDA has analyzed avocados two different ways, by 1 cup pureed and by a whole fruit without skin and seeds. The information in the USDA database can be used to research nutrient information and in creating food item ingredients to be used in recipes and meals. Specifically, the nutrient information contained in the USDA Food Values database is used to create the nutrient information on specific food item ingredients. Click this button to open the food item ingredients form from the main menu. Alternatively, when working in the main form, click this button. The appearance of the food item ingredients form is a function of which tab you access it from off the main form. We're currently working at the nutritional data tab here accordingly. The food item ingredients form will have controls for accessing the USDA Food Values database. If we navigate to the Ingredients List tab, we still see the nutrient information. However, the controls to access the USDA Food Values database are not available. The food item ingredient displayed in the food item ingredient form is synchronized to the selected ingredient in either Nutritional Data or Ingredients List tab. By way of example, I'm going to select the butter ingredient. Note that the food item ingredient form now displays the butter ingredient. Navigate to the Ingredients List tab. Butter is still displayed here because butter is still selected in the Ingredients List tab. I will select ketchup, and the food item ingredient has changed to display ketchup. We'll go back to Nutritional Data tab. Ketchup is still selected, and ketchup is still displayed in the food item ingredients form. I'll close the form with the stop sign. Navigate back to the main menu. Reopen the food item ingredients form from the main menu. When the food item ingredient form is opened from the main menu, the first ingredient displayed is a blank ingredient. If we open this drop-down control, we can see that the first ingredient in the list is indeed a blank ingredient. To locate an ingredient using the ingredient form, open the drop-down, start typing the name of the ingredient. For this example, we'll look for avocado. And there are a couple of them here. I'm going to select the second one, avocado by the ounce. Food item ingredients are defined by a name and a measure value. If you open up this drop-down, navigate up a couple. There are 2 avocado. California ingredients. One is avocado by the each, the other is avocado by the ounce. Click the Add This Ingredient with a new measure button to create another avocado ingredient, but using a different measure. For this example, we're going to choose pound. We're going to have an avocado ingredient by the pound. I'm going to go ahead and enter the grams of fat, carbo, and protein in 1 pound of avocados. I've computed this using some math. Now, if we open this drop-down, we have avocado California by the pound. If we scroll up, we still have by the ounce and by the each. Click the Used In button to see if the current ingredient has been used in any recipe or meal records. This list is blank. I'll close it with the stop sign. Let's navigate to a different avocado ingredient. I'll go to avocado by the ounce, enter key. Click Used In again. This time there are many records where we've used avocado by the ounce. Close with the stop sign, we'll go back to avocado by the pound. Click the trash can to delete an ingredient from your ingredients list. Before proceeding, you should always check Used In to make sure it's never been used. We're still looking at the pound ingredient. I'll click Used In. And again, the form is blank. I'll click the trash can. We're reminded that we need to make sure that we haven't used it. If we had used it, and we do delete it, any recipe or meal records where the ingredient was used will be modified. That is to say, the ingredient in any of those records will be deleted. So you never want to delete an ingredient if it's being used. We know that avocados by the pound has never been used. I'm going to click Yes because I'm sure I want to delete. Click Yes to confirm. This confirms that the delete has been completed. After the delete, you'll return to the first record in the list, which is the blank ingredient. Click the Add New Ingredient to create a new ingredient. Enter a descriptive name. Hit the Enter key, pick a measure. For this example, we'll pick by the cup. Next, enter the grams of fat, carbohydrate, and protein in 1 cup of this ingredient. For this example, I'll just make some up. 10 Enter key, 20 Enter key, 5 Enter key. The ingredient ID field contains the unique record identifier for this new ingredient. Every ingredient created gets its own record identifier. CookBookPlus supports multiple user accounts. The source text box identifies the user that created each ingredient. By default, all ingredients created in CookBookPlus are private ingredients. However, the CookBookPlus systems administrator can specify that an ingredient could be shared among the users. The status is identified by the All See checkbox. If there's no check in the checkbox, the ingredient is still private. If there is a check in the checkbox, then the ingredient has been defined as a public ingredient. A public ingredient can be seen by all users and used in any of their records for recipes and meals. We'll close the Ingredients form, navigate to the last meal, and I'm going to select the butter ingredient and reopen the Ingredients form. If there is information in the text boxes associated with USDA ID and USDA measure, that means that the current ingredient in this example butter has previously been researched using the USDA database. Accordingly, if we click the USDA Food Values button, pull this out of the way, the USDA Food Values database opens, and the record in that database that was used to research this ingredient is displayed. Specifically, we're looking at a butter ingredient by the tablespoon. The USDA is displaying a butter ingredient by the tablespoon. Specifically, the USDA ID number here is the same as the one identified here. The USDA measure field here identifies 1 tablespoon as the measure unit used by the USDA in evaluating butter. I'm going to select a different ingredient. I'll select this bread ingredient. Note that the USDA ID and USDA measure fields are blank. That means this particular ingredient has not yet been researched using the USDA database. Accordingly, clicking the USDA Food Values button will open the USDA Food Values database, but the first record in that database is displayed.